Okay, welcome to the next installment of Ubuntu for Newbies. The last time we discussed it was, I believe, 11.04, the new Unity desktop. Hated it, really hated it. So I turned it into, I uninstalled it, searched around, and found what's called the Ultimate Edition. Just Ultimate Edition, no Ubuntu Ultimate Edition, no Linux Ultimate, just called Ultimate Edition. This is Ultimate Edition 2.8, created by someone who calls themselves The Man, and of course other developers and testers for him. But he's the one that kind of runs the site and runs everything. Give him mad props. This is a wonderful distribution, and I suggest it to anyone who has it. The good thing about it is, when you download it, it's a total of about 3 gigabytes. So it takes a while to download, takes a while to get it. But once you get it installed, everything comes preloaded. Everything works. Everything is great. It is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Especially the Compiz Fusion. This is just wonderful, 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 wonderful. That's one of the problems I had with Unity. You couldn't get Compiz Fusion to work correctly because Unity was part of Compiz Fusion. And then when you go to the Classic, you couldn't get Unity to work the way I wanted it to, so I got frustrated. Just go back to what I love. Hopefully later that Ubuntu folks, Kernel, will go back to normal and leave Unity alone. But I want to give you a rundown of some of the stuff that Ultimate Edition 2.8 had. Of course, Compiz Fusion's great, and you can do the whole fire on the screen thing. You can do a lot of wonderful, wonderful little things. As you can tell, this top bar is gone, kinda. It's not really gone. I've actually minimized it over here on the left. Still basically the same. I brought up the desktop. Show desktop. I brought up my windows, my trash can, some other stuff. The way you get these hide arrows on the left and right, basically right click, go to properties to bring it up. Of course, it's for the top. I've made it as small as I can. Expand, which means it goes all the way across. Show hide buttons and put arrows inside the hide buttons, and then that's how you enable it to hide, and it just goes away. Now the other part of this, the other bar I have is this one right here, which basically I have a 6-core processor. And these are my different cores, and I've got them all maxed out because that's what I wanted, especially for a screencast. So, and now this down here is you see the bottom bar is totally gone. I got rid of it and put in the Advent Window Navigator. This is just a bunch of launchers and things like that. And as you can see from up here, you have your applications thing. You have the same exact thing here. This is all your applications, software center. Here's your preferences and administration, which is your system settings for up here. And then your turn on and off and all the other stuff. Places, just like this, places. And then this is kind of like another file browser, kind of like places. And then of course my email, chat browser thing, my audio, trash can, clock, a whole bunch of other stuff. Like I said, you can put whatever you want on here, do whatever you think is best. And I like it just because it's just more eye candy and it's just easier. So than having to click up here all the time. So let me hide this back out of the way. Like I said, this is something I put on here. Ubuntu comes pre-installed with it here, so you can activate it anytime you want. This is all the different stuff that comes with Ultimate Edition. Games doesn't come with this many games. I installed a few things, but Play on Linux is already pre-installed. Some other stuff. All these graphics is already here. Internet comes with all this stuff. This clip grab did not come with it. I had to download it and put it on here, but it downloads and converts videos from YouTube and other sites just real quickly. Does really well, since some reason they got rid of where you can go to the temp folder and get the stuff. So just another way to do things. Office, this all comes with it. Programming, all these sound and video stuff. I mean, there's just tons and tons and tons and tons of stuff. The guy does a great job. this is system tools. You can do just a bunch of little things. System info. This is what I want to talk about right here. This is the Ultimatics or Ultimatics, however it's pronounced. You have to click on it. You have to put in your password, and it's going to go through this part where it's saying downloading these things in America is against the law. Blah blah blah. Do you agree? Yes. And then it'll go through its loading process. Then it'll bring up. This is just basically a lot of different stuff just for Ubuntu. Ultimate Edition just puts it in this program, so it's easier to find, easier to download, and easier to use. So, you know, something to look through, something to play around with, and does a really good job. The man did a really good job. This past weekend, I took my system to my mom's house, my sister's house, my brother's house, just kind of show them Linux, what Linux can do, how Linux can do. And I got asked the exact same question everywhere I went. So why use Ubuntu instead of Windows? I said, well, besides the obvious part of licensing and all the other stuff and having to pay all that money, this is a free operating system that will do everything that Windows do minus one thing that I found. The one thing I found is playing video games, because, you know, the market wants money, so the games are created for Windows. Using DirectX and all the other stuff. So don't get me wrong, there's some games for Ubuntu, but most of the mainstream games are made for Windows. Don't get me wrong, you know, I know there's some really smart people out there that can get these games to work on Ubuntu, but it's just a lot of tweaking and a lot of trial and error, and a lot of just, for newbies like myself and those of you out here, I just don't have time for that. So I told them, look, I still dual boot. Just for that reason, just to play my video games. But all my college papers, all my website building, everything else that I do is on Ubuntu. And the thing is, all the programs are free. And you can play with it. You can't break it, because if you do, you just reinstall the stuff. I said, plus I put all my pictures and forms and everything else on an external hard drive, so I can access it on my Windows side of the boot, and I can access it on the Ubuntu side. But that way, when I reinstall everything, I don't lose anything either. So I said, and the thing about it is it's just fun to play. Now,